Welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Eras mod. Last time around we saw off the British and we also took over Mecklenburg. Or no, we didn't take over Mecklenburg, we crushed the Mecklenburgian army and then we freed, within quotation mark, Oldenburg. And we cleared up a lot of the British troops that was still around down here. There's still quite a bit of battles going on in the peninsula, so Spain and Portugal. Currently we've got Grouchy chasing off the remainder of the troops that were stationed around Gibraltar. At the same time we've got the British Expeditionary Force coming down. They are going to bypass this force right here, so they're going to move back to Madrid. And at the same time, we've got Davao ready then to check the advance of the Portuguese, as the Portuguese and the British are advancing at the same time. Best thing to do is to take them out before they're able to combine in an attack on Madrid. As it looks right now, I won't be able to stop the British from combining though, but I think, given the range he's walking here, he won't be able to make it Madrid in one turn. Which means that I will have one turn to beat the Portuguese, and then another turn then after that to reposition ahead of the British to protect Madrid. And at the same time then, Grouchy could possibly destroy this one and then be heading off to the Portuguese. However, I'm thinking we're leaving the peninsula for now, and we're going to head up towards the middle of Europe. As we do that, we're going to pass by here. So I dealt with the Sardinians, what was left of them, in a battle right outside here, and then I decide, you know what, we can sit here and wait for another Sardinian force to come at us, but it's probably best to go on the offensive. So Sul has marched up, he's just at Niz, and he's going to be ready to cross the border next turn. The Sardinians have launched a force from Sardinia, moved it up here to Piedmont. So this general has come in with extra troops, and it looks like they are... I'm not sure if they're going to renew the attack and meet us here in the mountains, or if they're going to go ahead and set up defenses here to coordinate all their troops. Best idea for, or the best solution for me, of course, is to beat them separately. So take on this army first and then this on. But we'll see if we can able to achieve that. However, there's no more moves, so that's not what we're doing today. Then we've got Napoleon here, which is in quite a difficult situation because he took heavy losses. He's still recovering. And if he's going to fight his way this way against the Hanoverians, he's going to first have to meet this Hanoverian army at the bridge. And then there's two full stacks basically waiting for him at Hanover. And I think some of these armies might be able to be reinforced by the troops on the bridge. So it's a difficult area to march through. Currently though, not a single one of my vassals that I've set up has been declared war on by the coalition. So I think it's safe to say that even if I leave this area, the Hanoverians won't march against me. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to shift focus. So Napoleon's going to march back, and he's going to join Suchet and... where do we have Ney? There, Ney. He's going to join these two in Württemberg, heading towards Bavaria, and then against the Austrians. And hopefully we can combine then with the fact that Sul will be marching into Italy soon as well. So we'll be going on a drive against the Austrians. I'm not entirely sure how far we intend to go, because the further I go and the more I destroy of the Austrians, at a certain point, the Prussians going to realize the mistake they've made, and they're going to have to declare war on us. And in such a situation, it would be good if I would be have armies prepared to march against them, rather than ending up in a situation where I'm sort of deep in here fighting with Austrians and possibly even Russians turning up, and then all the Prussians come down and strike me from above. So not a great situation, but we're gonna switch for now. We're gonna focus in on here. I could possibly try and get military access from the Prussians, but since it's minus 1,000 points, it seems very unlikely that I'll be able to get that kind of deal without having to give up an arm, as it were. Let's see, is there anything else I need to move? I'm moving around the militia. I'm not entirely sure where I want to put them, but right now I'm thinking that it might be good to have the militia army in Madrid. We've got an extra militia unit moving there. I am gonna get a old guard army to hold Paris, just in case, in Napoleon's absence, so they don't, the British don't invade in Normandy or anywhere else to cause a fuss there. And with that, we come to today's battle. We're gonna strike at the Bavarians. I'm hoping here that if the Bavarian fight is easy enough, then we could head on and strike the Austrians in the Tyrol region. I'm thinking here that I don't want to fight them at the fortress, though. So I want them to come out and meet me, preferably down here. So what we can do is we can have one army strike, and then have the other one, the army, switch position after the battle. So I think we'll lead with Ney, just because I want to see the new troops. The, however you want to pronounce that, the troops from the Confederation of the Rhine, which is the new troops. I am still recruiting, yeah, I'm still recruiting these. Take forever to get out. Right, so we're going to strike with Ney, and then we're going to follow up with Suchet. The Bavarians did hold the bridge earlier, but just as I ended turn, they left the bridge open. In terms of what I can see here on the Bavarian army, they're lacking in line infantry, but they've got tons of lights, they got tons of artillery, and then tons of cavalry in all different sizes and shapes. So it could be an interesting battle. We do outnumber the enemy by 1,500 men just because we've got so much more line infantry than they do. But enough talking. Let's go ahead and see if we can't bring down Barbaria. This battle will start right as I click start battle, so there will be no, we'll get into the combat immediately here, so we're gonna start this commentary right at the start. What I've gone ahead and set up is I've set up the light troops ahead of the line, because I'm able to. Now this of course is risky, because the enemy cavalry can attack them, but what I want is for the enemy artillery to focus in on these guys, so I can bring up my artillery to get within range, comfortable range, to start counter battery fire. Otherwise, we've set up 3 infantry brigades of 4 units each. This is Fusilier 1 with the Irish on the right. Then over here, we've got kind of a mixed one, where we have the veterans, the Dutch veterans, and then we've got the new German troops, and then we have the 112th Regiment, and then another one of the Germans, followed by a brigade of the Young Guard, 4 units of them. I've got a squadron, the 6th Dragoons, here in the between, and then we got Ney's own heavy cavalry squadron out on the right, and then Ney right here. With that said, we're going to start the battle. I'm going to start rolling up the artillery. we're gonna get the brigades forward here. Together with the cavalry. Haven't really... Oh yeah, I've completely forgotten here. I've got a light unit, which I deployed all the way back here, which at a opportune point will go ahead and move in against the Bavarian artillery. Now they've got lots of cavalry protecting them, so that will be difficult. If we are to win against this one, we need to hold fire until the very last moments, more or less. I'm blessed by the fact that the enemy has decided to move their artillery as well. But as soon as they stop and deploy... Okay, so they have already stopped and deployed a few of these. A few of these? It's like Star Wars, the amount of... you know, cannonball that come flying against us. Heavy movements by the enemy. We're gonna keep this one hidden for as long as possible, or I'm hoping that we can do some damage to their... Ooh, I feel like there's a threat here of this artillery piece. We're gonna have to deploy. Or really what I should do is I should start moving these to try and avoid getting these fired upon. I do want them up so they have a clear view of the enemy. Where are we receiving fire now? The Irish receiving fire. As soon as I am able to return fire, though, god damn those Bavarians. The enemy is holding steady right now. But just you wait until my Imperial batteries open up on you, you bastards. I think it's going to be important to get that howitzer. The howitzer have yet to deploy. And is currently maneuvering. Alright, deploy the guns. Let's see if the rest of the army is coming into position. What I look to be doing here is, since there's so much light infantry, there needs to be an attack by the cavalry on the flank. I feel like beforehand. Although we do outflank them from this side once this cavalry is gone. Right, the battery is set up. Fire on the howitzer. Actually, fire on the second battery as well. Break down those batteries, if you please. Oh, the cavalry is now moving forward. Let's order these guys to hold fire, not to shoot the guys in the front just yet. Are they? Yes, they are attacking. Oh. I will order one of the regiments to fire. And now the second one will fire. And they will fire right at point blank. Perfect timing. And they're broken. The rest of the enemy's army is now moved on the attack. I'll order the 2 light units to take position in the woods, while this brigade will move out onto the side. The regiment of the Crown Prince is now targeting us. We'll have this brigade moving like so on the attack. And the Young Guard will be moving this way. Ney's cavalry will be moving this way, and you have a possibility of striking right through here, hopefully. Have we dealt any damage to their howitzer? It's set up. I haven't seen it fire yet. But maybe I haven't been paying attention, because here's a bloody big hole. Currently, all their cavalry is back here guarding their guns. It might be better to have this one right out and maybe strike all these troops right here. We're coming really close to these guys. I don't know if we're... Wait, I ordered the Trillier Guard. I'm supposed to order the Dutch guys. Right. I'm sure the enemy will be tempted here to use their cavalry. 2 cavalry units are moving quickly here. Dragoons could be used to spearhead an attack on the troops so I can actually take the heights. Or the unit could be spearheaded towards this. But I wonder then if it weren't to be better. Okay, deploy more quickly over here. A lot of their cavalry is now out moving. They're repositioning their artillery again. I will now target the batteries in the back. Where is this cavalry unit going? Suboptimal positioning here by the lines. Where are they going? They're going for these guys, I think. Right, they're going for the young... No, they were actually going for these. Right in time for me to form square. Right, there's such chaos on the battlefield. The 6 Dragoons will take this opportunity to come up over the hill. And the brave guy in front smashes through the enemy line. Continue through, if you please. The Fusilier needs to form square as this guy is getting attacked here. They're loosening up on using cavalry to protect the troops back here. I will now order in the 5th Light Squadron, or 27th Chasseur Cheval. Oh, Ney's heavy cavalry is coming under heavy attack to the point where he has lost 100 or 50 of his troopers. Really bad. Let's have the lights, or the young guards I should say, move forward. The unit on the hill was sent away. The entire brigade will move forward. 6 Dragoons, unfortunately I forgot about them with all the commotion going on. And so they were unfortunately beaten back. But in the process they of course beaten back many enemy units. Heavy Dragoons trying to make their way across. We've got 2 regiments of enemy cavalry trying to break the square, which could definitely work. It's already lost a lot of troops. Oh, where did I put Ney's cavalry? Unfortunately, they broke. Should have probably kept them behind the hill for a bit longer. Now we're only down to 1 squadron of cavalry. It's going to be crucial because it needs to ride down these bloody guns. Should be easier to do that now, given that the enemy's cavalry has all been fought down at this point. I will target the... Since I have so bad luck at actually killing anyone in the enemy artillery, I will focus... Oh, the square just broke.
Our men are running, sir.
The next unit will be formed in the square. Ney will be ordered forward in support here. These 2 units will advance to deal with the Crown Prince Regiment. The 2 lights will advance. How have we not broken these guys? They're right in front of the firing line. Ney comes up and he's going to inspire the 2nd Fusilier line to hold against the enemy. Oh yeah, there's no point in you firing pistol, damn you. Right, the squadron has arrived. It's time for it to strike. I will order the cannons to fire away from there right now. Finally, these guys have broken. These 2 will hold, these 2 will advance. This entire brigade will advance. I was hoping Ney's larger unit would come back. The Dragoons did come back, though. Oh, crap. This area is getting blown to bits. The units hold on. Alright, you will hold now. I want you to go through all of them. Go through all the batteries. Even with Ney supporting here, the square is having a rough time dealing with the Bavarians. Right, they seem to be focusing in here, which means that these 2 can advance. Right, go through all of these. While my batteries pound the enemy. Pound this one, the only one that hasn't really had substantial losses. Once that one goes, their army will go. Right, the cavalry has sent away yet another cannon unit. But I fear in the confusion here, even though we outnumber the heavy cuirassiers, I think it's better to fall back, regroup, if we want to deal with them. Actually, regroup right here. And hopefully we'll be able to fire off a shot before they are able to attack. They're bringing in 2 squadrons here. Alright, let's have the Young Guard attack. Oh, they're just able to fire. And that should hopefully be enough. There's another squadron of cavalry coming up on our side. Let's push straight through and get away before we get attacked through the back. Most of the enemy's infantry is on the run. Let's move the general a bit out of the way of the fire. There's a target. There's a target. Fire at them. I'll order the lights to set up back here. And I think that could work pretty well. Cannon fire has displaced these guys. It's going to displace even more of these. 2 units of light moving forward. I want this brigade to come up beside them. These guys have no proper targets. The Young Guard need to be moved forward here. Tirole Fusilier Battalion. Focus in artillery on their howitzer. Right, they broke. Most of these are breaking now at this point. And we're far underneath the fire of the howitzer. It no longer can target anyone. Or at least, I mean, it could target troops on here. But it's very determined to fire on the Dutch for some reason. Dutch will hold. Fire. Right. Tirole Battalion broken. We'll continue the advance. Renewed attack. Led by the general. It's not going too well because the general just got shot. The light hussars do not do well. And there goes the Bavarian army. Only one unit remains. Oh, and just as I say that, it breaks. And we do, in fact, have victory. Wonderful. And there we have it. The battle was won. The enemy lost their entire force of 2,032 men, while I lost 1,300 men out of 3,500, leaving me with 2,200. Highest kills goes to the German regiment, actually, doing 171 kills, followed by Fusiliers, followed by Chasseurs Cheval, followed by the Dutch, and so on. You can see through. Probably worst loss here was Marshal Ney's own cavalry regiment, 150 men deployed, 60 lost. With they got kills awarded to them after the battle. They didn't actually lose. They didn't actually kill anyone. It's a really bad performance there. Unfortunately, the cannons took them all. But there we have it. The Bavarians have been taken down. Now, actually, Peacefully Occupy it predicts a public order of 11-2. But then again, that probably requires the army to stay there for a very prolonged time. So we're just going to go ahead and liberate it. So we have our own Bavarians now. So we got 2 Bavarian regiments. of which I could have had 5 had I occupied it, but
Monsieur, vos ordres?
that's old news now. I wonder if the entire thing about this was, of course, that the Austrians declared war on the Bavarians. I'm wondering here if they will re-declare war on Ferdinand Maria I. Or if they intend to stay back.
Monsieur,
Right. Given that we're starting to rack up quite a lot of German troops, we could specifically organize an army with just, or with a lot more German troops,
oui. Marchez.
or at least put together a German brigade. Given that this, oh, they changed this. Wasn't this a resupply depot? They changed it to a masonry lodge. Unnecessary. The replenishment rate is pretty good here, anyways. So, Suchet will march in and he will take the lead then. I could go ahead and attack the Austrians, but I think we're gonna hold off for at least one turn. I could bring in Ney as reinforcements as we strike this force right here and try and avoid a confrontation at the fort. With that said, I do not have any more moves. Oh yeah, it should be noted here that I have now moved my navy. The problem was I was building a navy, I moved my navy away, and then the Sardinians came and raided the port. So all the production was destroyed. So unfortunately I have no production of ships currently, or at least not down there anymore. I am going to move production here, but I'm going to build it up first to the next level. Of course, the reason why I'm moving the dry dock from Brest down to here is because this area has a lumber mill, which gives 10 minus in recruitment cost. If I upgrade it even more, it goes to minus 15. And given that some of the big ships goes up to, you know, it goes up to like 4,000 to recruit a ship. If I can get 15% of that, that's a lot. There are currently no real avenues of attack for an enemy, at least up here. Where there are is, of course, the Portuguese then. I guess that will be the second battle then, instead of going after the Austrians. Because the Austrians have no avenue of attack unless they declare war on the Bavarians. So I guess we're going after the Portuguese. The Portuguese have a full stack. So it will be just as much of an interesting battle as the last one, hopefully. What I could possibly do... No, they will not be within range of support. Or at least... Well, if I bring just the infantry, they could be within range of support.
Monsieur.
But I wonder if I need it. I don't think I do.
Écrasez-les!
Let's go ahead and see what the Portuguese has brung. Only a single piece of artillery, a lot of light infantry, a lot of it. Which will be open to my attacks. Looks like it's a rifle with 190 range. Once their cavalry is gone, it's open season for my cavalry to run down all these light troops. But with that, let's go ahead and... This guy look emaciated. He definitely needs some food in him. And he'll get some in our prison camp. The battle is now underway. We have divided the infantry into 3 brigades of 4 units each, with the lights joining the center. The cavalry is following up through the center, as they've placed a lot of their lights in the center. Currently, we've got their cavalry actually barreling down towards Grenadier Brigade. Not a great position to set up in. These two will be formed into square, and these will open fire. Not the best angle of fire. As this is going on, I will halt the other brigades. We're actually in kind of a bad spot because we're on the backside of a hill. I need to get up onto that. Actually, get up on that. As leaves us vulnerable to cavalry attacks. They got tons of lights. This actually is pretty good because I can have my cavalry hidden below here and then come up pretty quickly. I need to be on this though because they've got a lot of lights and I fear they've got pretty good accuracy, so they could eviscerate my troops pretty darn quickly. Can we get rid of this cavalry once and for all? Halt. Switch target actually. Fire for the grenadiers. Come on. Should be broken by now. It leaves a big opening here for my Grenadier Brigade to come marching up. Actually, for my artillery. This is such a great target, but I'm looking at these guys up here. Which could be a problem. 2 squadrons of hussars. Let's see if we can give them openings so that they can go through and hit the Cazador battalions. And then I've got the 2 heavy cavalry coming through here, heading towards the lights where we got an opening. I think they will go one after the other through here. And what we'll do, the easiest way, is to form square. Gives us an opening to move through, sort of ish. And the first one will go past, and the second one will launch its attack, and then the first one will launch its attack, and then you'll go back into line. But the grenadiers are about to come face to face here. There's a risk of friendly fire by the guns. We'll fire on the one out here now. All the hussars have struck here. Looks like they were sort of able to form square. Which isn't that... What are you doing? Which isn't that great. Oh! Do not... The lights will drop formation and move to here instead. And then the 2 heavy cavalries will attack. I guess we'll have these 2 go after that one up there. Alright. Gillyflowers leads the attack, followed by the dragoons. And then the 9th will once again go into light and move towards here. Alright, the hussars have made it through. Go right through and see if we can't hit their cannons. Actually, one of you should go after this one that is sitting right in front. And the dragoons should now go after this guy. Try not to shoot our own. This entire brigade will now advance. The hussars will retire. This one will go for the guns. We're dealing with that one. There's still some fighting around here. Oh, the enemy general got killed. Grenadiers, move up. Heavy cavalry struck the light troops and is now sending them away. Move back. The lights will move up. Gonna take on that one. Halt here. And then you will hold. Did I catch a cavalry unit in among there? Hussars moved to that side. Cavalry right here. You will march there. Everyone's set up nicely. Guns. Fire on these two that are moving away. The Hussars did manage to get to the guns. And send them away. But they're exhausted now. I will order them to march just away, out of harm's way. The cavalry is spent and we'll have to wait for them to recover. We've got sporadic fighting throughout. I guess the... Damn. We're losing a lot of men here. We need to reposition. This Fusilier is not very happy. These gonna have to move forward. The lights are supporting over here, but I wonder if it might be better to bring them up, to bring focus on this area. Ooh, they lost a lot of men here. There's some paying attention here. Lots of Portuguese troops. Is able to correct the situation here. Good, good, good. Oh, actually, lights. You've got an enemy right there. I feel like this brigade could end up in quite a bit of trouble. Tired, tired, very tired. It's going to take a while for me to be able to bring in the cavalry again. Let's see. Targets for my artillery. That's a pretty good target, I'd say. To focus in their fire. We could get a really good attack going on here if we're able to quickly move up. Fire on them here. Looks like they're rallying troops. These are very unhappy with their situation. Code for they're getting absolutely annihilated. And now this one, of course, not too happy with us bringing up the flank. Take a look here. 200, 200, 200. Good, good, good. Very tired, very tired. Fresh and eager Gillyflowers is ready for an attack. Let's go for the lights. And then I can re-target these guys against this side because everyone there seems to be slowly breaking. Not optimal with frontal charge, but these are not prepared for such a strike as that of the Grenadier Cheval. And winded, but there's still some power left in them. They will go for the rest, and we'll see about breaking down these. Those Hussars, even though very tired, could then be moved to deal with the rest. Everyone's tired, of course. It is... I'm guessing it's very warm, although it doesn't look like it. Oh, Gillyflowers just turning up here has gotten them to rethink their entire plan. we're gonna go ahead then and reorganize the entire thing to march this way. Actually, Grenadiers come there. Winded, tired. The enemy is exhausted. We are very tired as well from all the fighting here. Let's see, Hussars, exhausted. Gilly is now tired, but he's gonna make sure that none of these guys are gonna come back. Which I would say is achieved. Artillery is out of range, needs to move. I do realize this. So tired they don't even want to fire back. I think in the long run, the Portuguese are actually going to win that firefight. I'm going to send for the general. I do have the rest of the army now marching this way. Active and ready for fight. I'm saved by the enemy reorganizing. Yes, I do realize that everyone is tired, but the battle is soon won, damn you. The Dragoons charging uphill, but the enemy is unprepared for such strike. And is losing a lot of manpower. Where are they going? Are they leaving? I think they're trying to leave the field entirely. I think, yes, I think the order for the Portuguese now, they've been given the order to leave the field entirely. It's going to be down to the Hussars. And if the Heavy Dragoons can make it after them. But I think the Portuguese have been given the order to leave the field. So, we are, in fact, victorious. Wonderful victory against the Portuguese. We destroyed most of their army, with them only having about 800 left, while we have lost about 800. Highest kills goes to the Hussars, or the cavalry generally, followed by the 24th. That's Majovsky's. He only lost 9. He was kind of in the middle of it with the Grenadier Brigade over on their right. Kind of one of the heaviest areas of fighting. Interesting that he only lost 9. But then we have that, the Portuguese forced away.
Immédiatement.
And that should be an auto-resolve, shouldn't it? Yes, there's only about 700 of them left.
La vertu et la
And with an
valeur
auto-resolve,
invaincue.
I end up losing 500 men. I could have probably, if I'd done it myself, I'd probably lose less.
Marchez.
But the replenishment rate here in Spain is pretty
En
good.
avant.
We'll be able to replenish well before, plus use some of these troops
Tenez-vous prêts.
to augment the force, and then prepare for the British as they come down. And at this point, great general gains. Wonderful. At this point, I have 2 generals ready to field against the British as they are coming down. Their allied forces have been melted away, and soon enough I'll be putting Portugal under my control as well, and then the peninsula will be pacified. We'll station some troops there, but a lot of the armies will be relocated. I don't dare move them by navy, even though that would probably be the fastest, and they're gonna have to march. By the time they arrive to battle, they'll probably be heading into Italy, while we continue on as we are right here.
Monsieur.
For the next episode, we're probably looking to strike at the Austrians then. So the first battle against the Austrians, if they hold on here in Innsbruck in the Tyrol region, and then also we will see about striking with Sul against here, and then also there's a possibility of taking a look at what will go down here. So there's quite a few different ideas of what's going on. But with that, I will say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.